Today is the 3rd of June 2018 and I am in Dublin now, facilitating together with my American colleague Anne Vincent Just the workshop Man, Women and Peace. And we look at relationships and the conflicts in relationships, and we try to find out the real cause, and we often find it in the past of the families, in the past of the society, often in wars and conflicts between nations, between religions, between conquerors and people who were suppressed, trying to keep their identity. And especially in Ireland, I'm suspected that we get into this collective levels, even if we work with personal issues normally. And the workshop already started yesterday, and in this first day, the collective level already showed in the personal work of a client, and the Catholic Church was involved, and the goddess, a symbol for the initial religion, initial way of living in the Celtic time before Christianity conquered this this island. And the goddess is a symbol for freedom, for so that life is good, basically. It's sacred. Everything about life is sacred. Love is sacred. Sexuality is sacred. Children are the most sacred entities, and they deserve the support of the whole community. And the goddess is also a symbol for the respect between gender, the respect of women and the respect of men the same way, so they could meet at eye level and experience the unity of the universe together. Well, and we could establish the goddess in the center of that constellation yesterday, in the center of society, really, and we could put the foundation for this work with the constellation work, but the real healing at the end of the constellation was done by the shamanic-energetic healing method, healing voices. And those energetic healing energies, they are invisibly in the air everywhere, but they cannot be effective unless a human being is willing to be a medium, to act like a medium and lend them a body for gestures and a voice for sounds. And we will see how the workshop will proceed today. We have still 2 days to go, and I will report the collective levels in this little video for you.
The storms are raging on the rolling sea and on the highways of regret. The winds of change are blowing wild and free, and you ain't seen nothing like me yet. I can make you happy, make your dreams come true. That is nothing that I would not do. Go to the ends of the earth for you.
No, you look nice.
Well, don't be second. Back home in Bavaria again. The last 2 days of the workshop in Dublin were really interesting. And in the last afternoon, we did a collective constellation with men, women and Ireland. And it showed to the very beginning that Ireland could reach out to the woman, but the hand or the arm or the wing where she wanted to reach out to the man was broken. So I asked into the group whether somebody would have an idea why that is, and somebody said, well, our man could not protect us from being conquered. And there was a lot of energy right then when this sentence was spoken out, and this was it. This was the truth. So we brought in the British, we brought in the Irish tribes, and even the Aborigines of Ireland, the people who came to Ireland first and the first settlers. And they were very important for the future generations, which were already represented in the constellation too. And there were the Catholic Church, there were the Irish collaborators also, and somebody stood for the little children, babies, who were not taken care of or even murdered in the Magdalene laundries, and their mothers were there too in big pain. Those children were considered a fruit of sin in that time, and they starved to death sometimes, or in many cases even. So they were representing themselves, and in this field of tension, the British still up, but the first settlers of Ireland also getting stronger and stronger. We did healing voices. We asked the healing energies to heal that field if they want and if they can, and they did. They were singing and doing circles around the whole scene, and there were very nice healing movements to be experienced in that constellation within a period of maybe 1 hour. And Ireland connected to its spirituality. We brought the goddess, and the goddess was helping the healing. The healers worked with the British to put some attitudes out of their heads, obviously, and then they started to approach the Irish circle, but very humble. They crawled into the circle and laid down, and then the goddess connected to man. And this was for a few long minutes that the men were connecting right in front of the goddess, head to head. So the women have to understand that men have a personal relationship to the goddess too, as strong as they do. And after that, the woman came from and replaced the goddess. Did not replace her, but she stood in front of the man. The goddess stepped one step back. Were there for both of them. And then man was standing with woman head to head. So it's important to also exchange ideas and knowledge and wisdom. And after that, the whole scene was already singing and making tones. Everybody in a bigger and bigger circle forming. Men and women could then look at each other and connect on the heart level. And the tones who were made in the beginning were somehow not harmoniously in the beginning, but with the healing movements going on, they became a wonderful, harmonious music. And there was a movement, and Ireland was strong, and the children of the who were murdered or starved in the Magdalena laundries were in the middle of the circle, standing up, looking at the world as they would see it the first time. Their mothers were there too. And they all formed a wonderful, grand circle of Ireland, forming a new community on the basis of the very ancient ones. And this could be also a model for other countries. I mean, we here in Bavaria, we have, for example, we have similar roots, Celtic roots too, and we had also the Catholic Church, we still have it, of course, and all this, what we could understand and could connect and could also maybe focus on forming this new community, even here. And the next workshop with Angwin, Man, Women and Peace, will already start on Friday this weekend here in Bavaria, and we will see what happens there. But this was a wonderful experience in Dublin, in Ireland. I think I will be back there.
I love you well today, and I love you more tomorrow. If you ever love me, mommy, love me now. And if you ever love me, mommy, love me now.